3, 2, 1. Welcome to this week's episode. As you can see, we're done with the first week of the new year. 2016 was a great year in music. So you might be asking yourself, what is this video about? Well, I'm sharing the top hip-hop albums of 2016 with you. For those who don't know, I really enjoy music. Every time people do these lists, there's always a top 10 or top 5 of the year. With me, I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. I'm gonna give you my favorite 7 albums in 2016, but first I'm gonna give you 3 albums from different genre I suggest you listen to. The following albums are in no particular order. Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Magic. I don't want to make this comparison, but with this album, it made me feel as if he was our generation's James Brown, just because he brought back that funk into the music. So the way he mixed that with this generation, I think he did an amazing job. The second album is The Weeknd's Starboy. I personally have never been a really big Weeknd fan. I played Starboy from beginning to end, and I don't know what it was about it, but every song was just a good song. My favorite song is Secrets. Overall, it was a great album. And the third album is Childish Gambino's, aka Donald Glover's, Awaken My Love. The same thing with Childish Gambino, his last album, 2005, I believe. I heard the singles, thought they were okay. What made me give him a listen was his show Atlanta. Can't wait for season 2. Just based off the show, I was like, you know what, let me listen. The best way for me to describe it is soulful. Halfway through the album, when you hear Redbone, it's just listen to it and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Those are 3 non-hip-hop albums that I suggest you check out. Now moving on to the main list. You might be wondering, what makes me an expert on hip-hop? Absolutely nothing. I just listen to the music and I enjoy it. It's my favorite genre. Quick story, what got me into hip-hop was actually my sister. So Kelly, if you ever watch this video, I want to give you a shout out and thank you. If it wasn't for you, who knows what kind of genre of music I would be listening to. But I remember this as if it was yesterday. This was back in 2004. I was in 4th grade. I was never really big on music. I would hear it and, you know, whatever the radio played or whatever my parents played from the house. But that's it. Every Sunday there used to be on MTV a countdown show. The best songs or best videos. The first song that I heard was like a Maroon 5. I heard the song, I saw the video, I enjoyed it, but that was it. Following that song was Ludacris's Stand Up. That video just captured my whole attention. I mean, and my eyes were just glued to the television. Like, I've never seen a music video like that, or just the beat, the words he was saying. Like, it was the first time I found out what hip-hop was, and it might be funny, but I'm only 22. I was in 4th grade. Before that, I was just playing video games and computer games. I wasn't really doing music. So after I heard the whole song and saw the video, I was just amazed. So I wanted to hear more. So back then, there was LimeWire. My internet was so slow, I couldn't even get LimeWire. So I had like FrostWire. When you looked up a song, every other song came out from that genre. So I got introduced to the Eminems, the Jay-Z's, and then, once you look up an artist, another artist comes up. So with Eminem came 50 Cent, and then I got introduced to 50 Cent. And then from Jay-Z, I got introduced to Kanye West. And from that moment, I was hooked. I've done my research. I went back to the 70s, 80s, to the time, where it all started in New York City. Artists like Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One, Rakim, all these people, I've listened to their music. I just never got into it. It's not my generation. It's not my era. So ending of 80s, with NWA and Dr. Dre and the whole West Coast movement with Tupac, Biggie. 90s for me, I didn't grow up in that era. So I have a different feeling when it comes to the 90s music because I wasn't living it. But from 2000 to 2010, I mean, that's my era and that's my generation of music. So long story short, the following 7 albums that I'm going to tell you, I've listened to each one multiple times from beginning to end. Some of them I've listened to them more than 5 times. And it's just because the music is so good that you just keep playing it on repeat. So with that goes this. Coming in number 7 is Post Malone's Stoney album. I was one of the people who thought he was going to be a one-hit wonder with the White Iverson, but he dropped the album. I listened to it. it surprised me. He did better than I thought he was, and it turned out to be a really good album. With number 6 comes Gucci Mane's Everybody's Looking. Nobody really knew what kind of music he was going to come out after his 3 years in prison. You see this a lot with hip-hop. A lot of artists who go into jail and come out and try to do it again, they're not successful. The only person I can think about is Tupac. He probably came out of jail and was 10 times better before he went in. Not to compare Gucci Mane with Tupac, but, for this being his first album coming home, it was a solid album. Number 5, just a disclaimer, I've never been a fan of this guy. I heard his album. First time through, I enjoyed it. I played it the second time. I enjoyed it a little bit more. I played it 3-4 times. And what can I say? I became a supporter of his music. So coming in number 5 is Kid Cudi's Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. All I have to say is just go listen to it. And number 4, a lot of people counted this artist out. I played the album and he proved me wrong. Meek Mill's Dream Chaser 4. In my opinion, it's his best project to date. And I'm excited to hear what's next. Coming in number 3 is Travis Scott's Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight. He did a great job with that album. Number 2, this is another artist I was never really a fan of. But with his last 3 projects, I've become a supporter of this artist. And that is J. Cole's For Your Eyes Only. I don't know what it is about J. Cole dropping an album at the end of the year. It usually makes it hard for a list like this, but I heard it the first day it came out, and I had it on repeat for 2 weeks. That's how good this album is. And for the moment you have been waiting for 2016, that number 1 spot goes to... It's actually a tie. Honestly, the 2 artists I'm about to mention, I couldn't pick one over the other. Kanye's The Life of Pablo and Drake's Views. I've heard both albums easily over 10 times each. And if you listen to both albums from beginning to end, you will understand my point. Think about it as a coin toss. One album is heads, one album is tails. Whatever mood you wake up that day, you can play any album from beginning to end and you won't be dissatisfied. Hey, let me know what you think. I'm interested to hear your opinion. Was my list completely wrong? Was it totally right? Share your comments with me. Like I said, this is my opinion. These are the albums I chose. These are the albums that I saw for 2016 to be the top notch, to be the upper echelon. Let's see what 2017 has in store for us. I've heard the Carter 5 will finally be released 2 years after its announcement. I'm not going to be holding my breath, but hopefully it does. Also, Drake's More Life is around the corner. I'm excited to see what he brings. And even Kanye said he was going to release a solo album. The name of it, I don't know. He changes it every time. Last time it was something Turbo, but who knows? We'll see the day of. And you never know. Drake and Kanye's collab album might come out this year too. But what I can tell you is, if that happens, no matter the level of greatness that album is, it won't make 2017's list. But I say all that to say this. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you. Yes, you who watched this whole thing. Yeah, you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next week. And for those of you who stick around, who watch my videos in its entirety, you'll be the first one to know. This week I don't have a collage of photos like I usually do, but 12 hours from when this video gets released, I will be dropping a vlog. Enjoy.